Yeah. 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 Oh crap! I ain't got my headphones on. Can't hear nothing. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Um, what? Do you? Okay. Remove that then. Save those. Um, I want to change some stuff, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Coffee should be arriving soon, but I definitely want to change something. There's just a couple things. A couple things. Let's check out some of the music here. Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all something in a second. Hold on. I don't know about that. I don't know about that either. Yo, 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 yo. Mic check. I don't know how. Yo, yo, yo. I'm just trying to test that music part in this in StreamYard. You can crop backgrounds aren't visible in solo. You can crop solo layout in. Anywho, I don't know what's going on right now. I switched back to my camera to my RP. Hold on, is it on? I switched back to my RP as my recording camera because again I had my RP up over there as my review camera, and I was temporarily recording visually with the EOS R10, right? I got a review coming out for that. The R10 does not does poorly than what I would have thought in low light. And I know it has a crop sensor, but in 4K, I mean not 4K, and I didn't like how it looked at all. So if you're seeing me and I didn't look as crisp, I was using the R10 that struggles in low light, and I typically keep a low light setting. Typically, I don't even have that upper light on um, when I do any of my streams or videos or whatever the case is. I'm a low light person, so um, and then now when I come back to my main computer, right, I'm getting my EOS Utility Pro to use Canon cameras as webcams is not recognizing my subscription because otherwise it'll only run at like 720p. It's not recognizing my subscription, even though I'm logged in. It keeps saying unknown status, so it won't let me switch to 1080p or 4K webcam, which I wouldn't do 4K because it's gonna crop and it's gonna zoom in, which is not necessarily bad because it's gonna have higher level of detail. But and I can just zoom back out. But I typically do it in 1080p, and now I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. Switching between joints like that. So what I'm waiting on coffee. I don't know if Watkins coming or not. And I'm trying to get to you. How do you get to the is it memo? Or maybe it would be bubble then. Maybe I have to do bubble. We're gonna try that for when we read the comments. See if that changes something. If it does, I don't know why that is not explained. But it is what it is. What's going on, y'all? This your boy LA Styles, aka the LA Styles. Make sure to shout out Helium Mobile first and foremost. Shout out Helium Mobile. You can check our code somewhere in here. VFQTQ1W. Right? Use that. Get you a $20 plan. Now you can get $20 plans without it. That just helps us and help them realize that, hey, we promote. We're doing our job. You know what I'm saying? Look, here you go, Mike. We're gonna take a call on live. Hold on. What's going on, Mike? Huh? For okay, and when did this type of stuff happen? She ain't been there in I don't know how long. Yeah, she been off the clock. Mm. All right, man. We have to talk about this in a while. We just started the live. All right. It's wilding. If if y'all knew, man. if y'all knew what they just told me. We'll speak about it. We'll speak about it. Hold on. Some stuff would just happen as soon as I get on live, y'all. Get that down. I'll pay attention to that. Okay. Let me go back to the. Okay, it's working. It's working. So, coffee just walked in the crib. I typically don't never have these on both. You gonna always see me like this, off centered, whatnot. Because I need to hear what's around me. Y'all will probably hear Junie bark at some point in time. When Ann gets here. What is that? Lint? Hey, dark color stuff. I love color blue though. But what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Again, shout out Helium Mobile. We use the code. We are making Helium Mobile commercials, and we'll be writing the script and doing some short commercials very soon, probably starting within the next 2 weeks or whatever. So make sure you use the code VFQTQ1W Helium Mobile. There will be a link in the description after the fact. There will be a link in the description, right? Your $20 phone plan, a $20 phone plan, right? Unlimited everything, $20, and you get a group plan if you got a family, your husband, your wife, your girl, your boy, whatever the case is, kid, multiple kids, grandparents. You can get a group, $20 each, all day, unlimited talks, unlimited text, and unlimited internet. It will slow down once you get it to 30 gigs, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken, but I could be mistaken. Okay. You get locked in. The price is the price until whenever, right? Cool. Bring your own phone, right? No yearly contracts, no nothing like that. One of the other kickers is it earns mobile tokens, which is a cryptocurrency, just for having the plan. You typically might earn or should be earning around the cost of your phone plan every month. Meaning every month you'll probably make around $20. I typically make more than that just by having my phone. You know what I'm saying? Things could change, but I typically make like $40 or whatever the case is. But I do have a hotspot here as well. I typically make that in a month, and my phone bill is 20, so I don't pay the phone bill unless I choose to, right? So I got two different phones. I have an Android phone and an iPhone that both uses it, right? Cool. One of my phones, I don't know which one right now. I never pay the phone bill. I always cash out the cryptocurrency into cash and then pay the phone bill. The other one, I always pay cash, and I keep the cryptocurrency, the mobile tokens, because they do go up in stock or can go down in stock or go up in price or go down in price. It fluctuates. It's cryptocurrency, similar to stock, right? Cool. So there you go. Helium Mobile. Check out the Helium Mobile networks. It currently runs on the T-Mobile network, right? And they're also in the midst of building their own network, which is available actually right now, but it is or will become more widespread in the future on the Helium Mobile network. And your phone will switch between the two networks, T-Mobile or Helium Mobile, depending on which network is the strongest network in your area at the time. Your phone will switch automatically. Nice. You know what I'm saying? So, and all that. So we're gonna get started in a second. Let me get this link up for you guys. And then we're gonna get started with which is various topics. Copy. But again, it's just a general live, so nothing super specific. Nothing super specific. I'm trying to type this in here for y'all. Lim with one hand at that, because the mic is in front of me. Okay, there we go. And then let me get this. Hold on. Let me switch this. God dang it. Hold on, is that it? Hold on. And there we go. There we go. There. I like it when she do that right there. Y'all see the title? Hold on, what's the title again? I don't. Hold on. Offline.
What's happening?
What? Whole lot of nothing, man. I'm gonna tell you something. In we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna
Private chat.
no. This open chat.
Okay.
This is more so for. Oh, let me turn that. Put that on. What we call it. And this just when I say just happened, Mike just called me like, dude. So I'm like, dude, come on, man. I want to get into details, but I had started the live already. So I'm gonna air it out. I gotta put myself on do not disturb.
Did we send my the other guy the invite to this going or no?
Yeah, if he end up coming in, we will.
Okay. Cool. We already live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What up, everybody? Excuse me for being a little late.
Stu.
Man, how was your day today, man? Was it a good day? Bad day?
It was decent. The only thing I did was collections outside of my route, but I think my hours is high, so they ain't really doing me no favors. Just kind of doing themselves for favors, but I respect it.
Okay. My day was. I actually had a great day today. From a work standpoint, I had a great day. I mean, I think the worst thing that happened today was it was actually not that it wasn't a bad day. It was just a lot of confusion going on. But for the most part, at my station, it was a good day. I mean, it wasn't a lot of things it's the normal things that go wrong. People called in. Management don't know what to do when people call in because they work out a playbook that everybody's supposed to come to work. So, other than that, it was a good day. Cool. Mail went like it's supposed to. So, it was a great day.
You did a toil?
I mean, always. Put them. Hey,
so it got to be always.
Got to be always, man. In the post office today, they continue to treat craft employees like Hebrew slaves. So they run away people quickly who haven't learned how to deal with confrontations yet. Most people who don't know how to do that is going to have a hard time being in the post office. So for me, I don't have a hard time. Confrontation is part of life to me, but a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people be like, I can't take it. And I'll be like, I don't know why.
Did they ask you why you say that?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think that's part of life. You don't have to react to everything because it's happening to you. You can always choose not to react. Think about it like this. So you in your case and you working. Management come over and say, well, why did you turn in the 3986? I put the reasons on the 3986. Well, I don't believe those are correct reasons. Okay, then that's okay. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You shouldn't do that anymore. Okay. I'm not going to react because I know what they want. They want you to argue with them. They want you to dispute that what you put on there. They want to argue it back and forth with you. You argue it by either granting me the time or not granting me the time. I'm not going to sit here go back and forth with you. No, but people falls in the trap, and now they arguing back and forth. Now they trying to get you for cussing on the floor, using profanity or whatever on the floor. Or usually people like, you can't tell me what to do. Well, I'm giving you an instruction to do this. I'm not going to do it. Boom, they got you right there. It's not that easy for me. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. You can get upset. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how you gonna get me upset. If you're not talking about my kids, or my wife or my mama, I don't understand why I would be upset. So for me, it's one of them situations where it comes down to being, you have to understand that only way they can really get you drawn into a situation if you allow them to. So the best thing to do is understand that in certain situations, all situations in the post office are in your hand. It's always in your hand. Well, if you don't do a pivot, I'm gonna write you up. Okay. What happened to the pivot yesterday? Unfortunately, I couldn't complete it. I never told you I could. You know what? What are you in your store at? I don't know. You got to find them. Well, you go get him. I don't know it yet. They take you in the office. They write you up. Who cares? They can write you up for just, you know what I'm saying, breathing. Don't mean that it's going to stick. It's not live discipline, so I don't really care.
They want you to care, though.
That's the problem. How do you, it's like, would you care if you came to my house and my house wasn't decorated the way you liked it? Because I wouldn't care if I came to your house. You can hear me, LA?
Yeah.
Would that bother you? Because my house is not, you know what I'm saying, up to your standards?
Typically shouldn't. For most people.
It's not going to bother me because I don't really care, because
people with common sense is a factor.
Well, you know, post office don't put those kind of people in management, really. So I wouldn't care. I would just be like, okay, that's interesting. That's how you got to go to the post. That's how you have to work at the post office. You have to understand that certain things are not going to move in the manner that you want them to move in, right? I don't own the post office. I'm an independent contractor. I work there for 8 to 12 hours a day, right? At any point in time, they can go ahead and say, we only need your services for this much time today. I can walk in, they could let me clock in, I can work an hour, and they say, yeah, we don't have any more work for you. Yes, I could be like, oh, no, the contract said, you know what I'm saying, I get to work my route. That's what the contract says. They can say, okay, I you know what I'm saying, I ain't doing it. All right, cool, bet. I'm not going to sit here and argue the fact. I'm gonna get a witness to say, hey, now what you want me to do again? I want you to go home right now. All right. You write me a statement? Yeah, cool. All right, y'all have a great day. I'm probably gonna go get some breakfast. I'm just at this point in my career, you can't really make me upset with your words anymore. So for me, I would just tell carriers, you got to understand this. Everything they're saying is only to get you to a point where you can break. You're not following instructions. That's all they have. That's all they ever have. But that's what they're trying to get you to. So hey, what would you like me to do? I'll let you go to your route and finish your whole route in 7 hours. Can you write that on the 3996 for me? Why? Because I might not remember that. So write it on this document. So when we come back to the office, we got documentation saying that. So certain stuff, you can make them mad just by telling them, no, I'm not going to do it. Like, write it down. Instead of saying, I'm not going to do it, just write it down on 3996. So,
there we go.
How do you feel about the new the route adjustments at your station?
So Our station was walked for route adjustments from September 28th to October 4th. So a
Uh,
week. So today we just got the paperwork on what the adjustments would be per route, what routes are gone, and then if you own a route, what's being added and what's being taken away. Um, I haven't seen majority of the people's papers, so I can't say
I,
a lot. I did see a couple, and I heard about a couple. Some don't make no sense. Um,
I have a
but I guess
question.
you'll
I
get
got
to
a
that
question.
point once you start taking routes out. A lot of stuff just ain't gonna make sense. Um, Mine's, I would say, is unfair because it don't make sense from what I was told by them of what they suspected me to be under, but then almost quadrupled that with how much time they just added. So I don't think it's fair, but because I'll be putting it back on the floor anyway, the appropriate way,
Yeah, damn.
I guess it will be fair because it'll be fair both ways.
The question I have is, it was a couple questions. Are you guys rebidding all the whole station bidding? Did anybody with significant time in lose their route?
No, it came from a route that had no regular because it just got posted, and then like the four less senior people's routes. So
So
everybody
nobody.
that's almost like new, and that we done had that got converted like this year lost their routes.
I mean, I think that's the way they should always do it, because I feel like, because when you start taking people routes that have seniority in it, I just believe at that point in time it's cruel. I think it's cruel that, you know what I'm saying, that you guys are going to get new routes in the wintertime. It's always been one of my pet peeves working in the post office. One thing I have never did was move or leave one station and go to another station during the wintertime. It was always like, nah, I'm good. Because I believe I just love my customers. That's my number one goal. I love my customers. So I don't want to be on a new route or learning a new route and learning new customers when it's like 30 degrees outside. Who wants to really do that?
Nobody, I'll say most people don't, but instead of being what they used to say as a Debbie Downer, you know what I'm saying? I'm typically a brighter side type of person. Even if I get to the negative point at a point in time, it clicks to me. Just like, dang, man. Y'all said I was estimated maybe under like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe. And then you added like an hour and 45. That don't make no sense.
You know?
And then like 15 seconds later, I just start laughing. It don't make no sense. And so I said, listen, what's funny? I said, man, they finna have mail on the floor. What you talking about? What you
That's what
talking
you got to
about?
do it.
There's gonna be mail on the floor. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it didn't make no sense. If you walk,
Right.
I was audited. The auditor said I might be under 30 now. Catch. When I got walked, I wasn't even under. I was over by like 10 minutes. Right? On the paper, it says my office time was an hour and 41 minutes. Then, mind you, I was at my case the whole time, casing, lady right there. No walking away, no none of that. Right? So I'm working. Cool.
Right.
Putting on my
All
stickers,
time.
cleaning up the route from yesterday because I was on vacation then, right? So when I came
Right.
in, the route was what it was, so I had to sort through that, get that together. Okay, cool. Get that together. Go outside. Go load my vehicle. About 20, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. So now I'm already a little past the 2 hour mark or around the 2 hour mark. And then my route took me 6 hours and 10 minutes or something like that on the street. So I was at 8:10. So then, good. Walk back in what you call it? Whatever time later, when we had the little telecom thing, everybody had to go over there and talk about their routes. And they give your numbers on what might be added to your route. They said, oh, looks like you might be under around 30 minutes, which I didn't get. Because where did I show you 30 minutes at? You know what I'm saying? That's one. I didn't show you 30 minutes. Mind you, I walked the whole time. The lady had to ask me, are you not going to take a break? I said, well, I typically don't until I get to my last hour. That's where a majority of my apartment's at. You're going to need the energy then. You're going to need the energy then. So we talking about straight walking, coffee. Straight walking, walking. I was 8:10 without taking comfort breaks. You hear me? Without taking comfort breaks. I was at 8:10 total. Cool. Little computer in the corner, right? They put up a little computer in the corner. At least at this time, I don't know if they did a different per station or whatever the case is. Had a computer in the corner. It was like two ladies on the computer, and then you had to go over there one route at a time or whatever. If you wanted to know, and you'll go over there, talk to the women. They ask you what route you on, what's your name, and then they give you the number of what they suspect you to be under. Right? Then they ask you, once they tell you the number, does that sound about right? They're gonna ask you that. Right? You say yay, nay, whatever the case is, boom. And I guess if you have any other questions, you can ask them, but I didn't have any. So I'm like, all right, cool. I left, right? That was weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Then today I get a paper saying, well, not saying, but showing me what my additions, right? So you're gonna get a paper, with your route name on it, things of that nature, right? And it's gonna show one column that says at the top of that column, relief, in addition. It's gonna say R for relief, A for addition, right? Then it's gonna show you at first all your additions, and you're gonna know the additions because in that same column is gonna be an A before those addresses. It's gonna be an A in a box. Next to that, gonna be addresses, most likely from other routes or another route or whatever the case is, right? That's how you know what's being added or what's being added, what they're thinking about adding, what's most likely finna be added. Once you get to the bottom of that, it's gonna start the R's. R's is gonna be what they're taking away, and it'll show you addresses or splits or whatever that they're taking away, right? On mine, they took away 3 businesses. It looked like on paper because they're saying whole blocks. Oh, you losing the 7700 block, and you losing the 7600 block. It's one business on the 7700 block, and it's one business on the 7600 block. They on the corner of each other at the intersection. You know what I'm saying? One business there, you bust the turns, one business there. Then I have one business on 76th Street. But they count that as a block. The 5200 block. That's one business. It's the only one store there. It never takes me no time to do. I never pretended like it takes no time to do. But guess what? I almost be at my 8-hour mark when I get to them anyway. It just, you know what I'm saying? Right. So most likely originally y'all never gave anybody time to do those type of, it's not those type of businesses. You know what I'm saying? It's not you're gonna go do a package pickup, delivery, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? You treating it like it's a residential drop off. One got a mailbox in the front, you drop that off. The other one, you can hop out, walk right to the desk, give them the mail. Right? Cool. So when I'm looking at that, that's what they taking off.
Right.
So I scroll back up. Hold on, let me double check this again. Maybe my eyes deceiving me. So I go back over, I look at the additions. Look at the additions. Okay, that's this, that's that. Okay, I know that's right off Route 2. Cool. Then I'm looking at it. Go through the numbers. I walk over to the route. Okay. Look back at the paper. Man, this is this man whole last 2 hours, man. Besides one split. So we talking about when you supposedly said it looked like I might be under 30 minutes. You turned around and added Caldwell, Medford. Then what is that? 70, 77, 78, 79, 8,000, 8,100, 82, 8 splits. Well, 8 splits come in 30 minutes.
Wow. Maybe it's one business on each of that 2 hours, bro. I don't know.
No. The other part of that is the back half of my route. The front of my first stop is a 50 unit apartment building, right? Not too tough. Cool. At the end of my route, I have almost 2 hours of Barada apartments, Barada and Appleton apartments.
Damn.
Right. Cool. So I got the 50 unit in about an hour and a half to 2 hours of those apartments. And Mike, half of his 7,800, half of his village is more apartments. You know how long it take to do apartments? You ever tried to do 3 to 4 hours of apartments and then still have another 3 to 3.5 hours of walking? That's not 6 hours, man. What are you talking about?
Not at all.
But hey, guess what? I'm me. So I already knew what to do. I already got it in my head. I told the supervisor, hey, you know you got mail coming on the floor.
God damn.
Supervisor tell me, nah, you gonna get a performance review. I said, that wouldn't be a good idea, but I ain't gonna get a performance review. He said, why you not gonna get a performance review? I said, because my performance showed that it take 8 hours to do my route. Actually, just over 8 hours, but it showed 8 hours to do my route. Y'all took off 3 businesses, which is what, 5 minutes that y'all probably gave me? You took off 5 minutes from my 8 hours and gave me 2 hours. And you think that's gonna get done in 8? Not only am I not gonna do it in 8, I'm also not gonna be forced past the 8 because my knee been hurting for a while now, and I have a history of my knee hurting. I already got it documented. You know what I'm saying? It's been hurting for a little bit already. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do, instead of just being forced and continue to be in more pain, especially during the winter, I'm just gonna go re-up my restriction that I already had a restriction for this knee that I had injured on the post office for an 8-hour restriction, right? And then I'm just gonna bring you back this 2 hours that you added on my route, because I can't keep doing 10 hours. Because what you gonna try to do is try to force me to say it's my route and try to force me the 2 hours that you added every single day, including most likely day 5 when I'm not supposed to do overtime because I'm not an overtime valve.
Correct.
But it's on your route, right? Cool. We're not gonna play that game. At least, let's say that I'm not gonna play that game. I know what to do. I'm bringing it back to you.
God damn.
That's what I'm doing, and I know how to do it because I am hurting and I've been hurting from this horrific, physical, demanding job of the United States Postal Service, where they don't treat us fairly and they look down on us. Hey, y'all, I remember I heard a CSOM say, when somebody said, we not robots, he said, you something. I can't remember because I don't want to put no dirt on him because he be saying some wild stuff, so it ain't any reason to make up nothing. He pretty much told them, everybody all the carriers are robots, and y'all treat them like they robots. And if they're not up to standards and doing so and so like a robot, you put paperwork on them. This is the supervisor's manager's manager.
Damn.
No. He also, from my understanding, has never delivered mail. Now, I don't know if that means anything. I'm just throwing that out there, just some information. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never delivered no mail, far as I know.
See, this is my problem here.
That's what it is with route adjustments. And I've heard some routes are like completely different though.
To me,
like mine's outside of the 3 businesses. Hold on, let's go here. Go ahead, Coffee.
My problem, I think my problem with the post office is unfair expectations of the job, right? So how did you come up and say when we walked, I was over, right? So let's say if you want to say give 10 to 20 minutes, you can give 10 or take 20 minutes away. That may not be the correct way to look at things. I believe the problem is that they're trying to bail out the management for not being able to manage their station. The manager is supposed to know who what who route is heavy, who route is light. That's the manager job, right? So you should be doing looking at the data, looking at what I'm saying, looking at everything and saying, okay, this route right here should get an addition because you're getting 10 packages and I have a route over here getting 200 packages a day, along with high mail count. So you might
Coffee, you there? Coffee drop out? Coffee. Coffee, I don't know what's going on. You look frozen.
What about now?
I can hear you. There you go.
Okay. I just don't understand how we doing it, how we doing the route consolidation. I don't believe it's been done in the true form of how it's supposed to be done. I look at it and believe that they're doing it in a way that it makes you question their motive. Because I don't even know why you got to travel if you say route. You say the scanner supposed to be true to what the route is, right? The scanner's supposed to remove being travel, remove all the smoke and mirrors. So if I'm a person who comes back every day over 8 or at 8, how do you add something to my route? It don't add up.
I know what adds up. I know what adds up. At least to me.
Go
Right or
ahead,
wrong.
drop that knowledge. Drop that knowledge.
Huh? Look,
Go ahead and let me know.
it's a combination of things. And this is their way. This is all me. I have no inside scoop on this. I've never been a part of no telecom that says this or no paper has come across my desk or a little birdie in my ear from management that
All
told
right,
me
that
this,
little
right?
birdie now.
So this is just me being on the desk, being off the desk, seeing how they move, seeing what the conversations are tailored to when I'm not on the desk or off the desk or whatever the case. This is just me paying attention while being in the post office, right? So, the post office has a budgeting issue, right? By
Correct.
budgeting issue, I mean they don't know how to spend money, right? So it's really a budgeting issue. It's their issue though, right? It's not something that's over budget. They just don't know how to spend money. Side note, before I go into this, side note, right? Last year the post office spent, I believe it was $85 billion. It took let me get the number. Let me get the number. Hold on.
Please do the numbers. Please do the numbers.
When I did the calculations, I did the average. I looked this up. What's the
Okay.
average? Because our throughout the entire post office, the salaries can be so different from craft
Right.
to management. I just want the average so I can get the gist. Now there's 525,000 employees. It's really 525,000 like 491. But we're just gonna go with the 525 employees, right?
Okay.
Average salary was 60,000, right? 525,000 times $60,000 is $31,500,000,000 to pay to pay all the employees for a year.
Okay.
31, right? 31,500,000,000. The post office spent. Oh, and for those of you who may be either don't know or unaware, there's a lot of craft. Craft make up the bulk of the post office.
Correct.
There are multiple crafts who don't get, if it's carriers in here that don't make what carriers make on the high end. They make lower and their salary is lower. So when you say 60,000, don't seem like there's some craft that only would get up to like 40,000, that only would get up to 45 or 50,000. That'll be their max. So you got a whole craft that are max at 50,000. They don't even go above that, right? There's only like a couple crafts that do. If you're going to be in maintenance, if you're going to be a carrier, you're going to be a trucker. It's probably going to be what it is. By maintenance is your VMF worker, which is your vehicles, your people who come out and fix up at your stations, and then whatever IT, and the people that work downtown in like distribution that fix the machines and stuff like that, right? So the post office spent though $85 billion last year. They only paid employees the base pay $31,500,000,000. So let's just say $32 billion. You spent 85, you paid the employees, got 32 of that. Where's the other $50 billion?
Talk to me.
It's 50 billion. I'm not gonna say it's missing, it's spent. But spent on what?
Correct.
What you spend 50? What the post office? We all work here. Have you seen $50 billion or any part of that at your station spent somewhere? Did y'all get a fleet of new vehicles, a new building, a new man? You know how much 50 billion can change?
You're not going to see it.
Did y'all get like some free uniforms? Did they throw y'all pizza parties every weekend, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that? Did anybody get some type of money donated to them while they was on EP? $50 billion is a lot of money, man, not to be accounted for. It's spent, but we don't know where it's at. But cool. So that's just a side note, right? So post office is budgeting, right? Cool. A lot of things is happening with this budgeting, and it's not upon me to note that a lot of people, and it's not that route consolidation, well, not in route consolidation, but route audits are not common. It's supposed to take place like every year. It used to be yearly before I came in, from what I heard. And then for my district in particular, we just didn't participate in them like that yearly. Maybe because of COVID after that, and then you come out of COVID trying to build up a workforce, and maybe it was just not on the to-do list to be that, you know what I'm saying, extreme up of a thing. I don't know what happened to Coffee. He just dropped out. He'll be back though. I gotta keep an eye out down here when he come back. So if you see me looking down, I'm trying to make sure the Coffee come in, that I get him back in. Because if I look up, I'm not gonna see him pop up down there. So with this route budgeting, they're trying to find a way to get a certain workload done using less individuals to do the work. That's what they're trying to find out, right? And they think that they can brute force doing it. It's what it looks like. It's all my opinion. They think that they can brute force doing it by saying, your station has 30 routes. Let's make up some stuff. Your station has 30 routes. I believe that your station should be able to pivot like 5 of them routes every day. So your station actually should run with 25 carriers a day, not 30. Your station putting us over budget or is over budget. Now, all of a sudden, your station is over budget. Again, another number that's, I don't believe is fact. It's just how they feel. Cool. The budget is what the budget is for the number of employees that's at the station. That's built in. If you have 29, if you have 30 routes, then it's no need to say that you have 30 carriers and you have to pay 30 carriers. How 30 carriers is not in the budget if you have 30 routes, right? So you're trying to brute force change it by just saying, oh man, y'all over budget because y'all got too many carriers. How I got too many carriers and I got 30 routes. Cool. Because they don't want you to use that reasoning, not to use that reasoning, and they have nothing to counter that reasoning, right? Let's try to do route audits across the board on the scale that will allow us. What's going on in the vote? I'm gonna read that in a minute. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead. We gonna go ahead and read it. Hold on. What do you say? Shout out Devoted. Man, right now the toilet seat broke at my station about a month now, and the custodian said they put the order in and we have received it yet, or we haven't received it yet. Was thinking of buying one. It's sad. Man, listen, where the money at, D? You know what I'm saying? It's $50 billion in the air somewhere, man. Where's that? Right? Now, I'm not saying some of that couldn't have been spent on buildings or vehicles. I'm gonna get right back into it, y'all. Still waiting on coffee. On different things in the facilities, buildings, ordering things for each station like hand warmers, salt to salt outside, vehicle parts, headlamps, whatever the case, that all comes out of a station's budget, right? So I'm not saying that none of that 50 billion could be spent on, you know what I'm saying, frivolous things, little things that we do need at stations, but 50 billion is a stretch when that's almost double of paying the entire workforce. And I don't see that money nowhere in no station, right? So where is that? Who got it? What did they spend it on? Because the craft employees didn't get it. Whatever it was spent on, craft employees didn't get it. So was it spent on things for management? Or was it given to management? Was it even spent? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Shout out UD. So the way they it looks like they're attempting to brute force the workload is by taking the routes out, right? Now this works in the combination of things for them. Attempted to work in a combination of things for them, right? We all know that you have problem stations that it's hard to either keep people in due to management or due to management, due to managers, due to supervisors, due to the area, maybe just a super bad area or whatever the case is, things of that nature, right? And when you bringing in new employees, right, CCAs, things like that, CCAs, PTFs, PSCs, PSCs for clerks, of course, it's hard to keep people in those conditions, especially right now when there's competitive companies. I can say competitive companies equivalent, close to the equivalent of us that makes the same pay or better pay, right? So it's easy for the new people to quit. It's a combination again. It's easy for the new people to quit and not work at those stations or down stations or stations you done already did a route audit at, and plenty of people wrote out because they don't want to deal with the routes, right? So that's also a factor, right? So I'm gonna bring that back around. So because it's hard to keep new people there, and regulars can write out, they can make a way that regulars will have to go to these stations. How? Because if I take out enough routes at this station and this, so if I take out 5 routes here, I take out 6 routes there, I take out 4 routes there. So now I got 20 regulars who not gonna quit because they vested in the company. They got time in and counting on their retirement, right? They're not PSCs or PTFs who just feel like they have nothing invested, they have no time in, whatever the case, they just gonna go somewhere else. So now I can almost force the regulars to go to the places that I need them to be, right? So this station over here, that's a big station that we done took 10 routes and made, added 2 to 3 hours on every route. Don't nobody want to stay in there. But if I take out routes over here, and then the next bidding come up and it's mostly over there, and these people are now unassigned regulars, they're going to have to bid for routes in this station. You get what I'm saying? Y'all following? Put it in the comments if you following what I'm saying so far. I'm seeing it happen. Real time, live time, right? So it's a combination of things. Now, this the other thing. If the mail gets done with let's say that we're going back to the 30 route format. If the mail gets done going from 30 carriers to 25, and we sent 5 somewhere else, and the mail always gets done in that station with 30, well, now 25, it's almost like a win for them. Yes, they're going to be paying overtime and super overtime and stuff to get it done, but it's a win for them. The objective should be not to let them win. So the mail shouldn't get done. Not telling anybody to hide mail. Definitely don't hide mail. Don't throw away mail. If you get something added to your route and you can do it as a pivot without running, because that's unsafe, without doing any of that activity, then you should be doing the pivot or part of it as a pivot or whatever the case is, right? I'm not telling you to intentionally or willfully delay mail, right? But going off my circumstance, right? They walked me. My route got audited. It took me 8 hours and 10 minutes to finish the route, my route, while being walked. The person walking with me, the person walking with me had to almost force me to take a break because I was walking straight through. And she asked me, "Are you not going to take a break?" I said, "Yeah, at the end of my route, because of my last hour is just nothing but apartments. You're going to need the energy to do the apartments," right? That's what I told her. So without taking any of my comfort breaks, I finished my route in 8 hours and 10 minutes from casing to walking, right? Cool. I don't know if it was the next day, a couple days later, whatever it was, a week later, something like that. They had us go in the corner. The people was on like a live on the laptop, right? Like like Microsoft Teams or something like that. And they'll speak to you on what they estimate that your route might be under or over. They told me, oh, my ear. They told me that it looks like my route is under like 30 minutes. How was my route under 30 minutes when it took me 8.5? Well, not 8.5, my bad. 8 hours and 10 minutes to do it while being walked. Where you get the 30 from that I'm under? Right? Today, our paperwork come out. Now, again, we got walked the last week of September. Right? The paperwork comes out today that says my route is losing 3 businesses. Right? On the paper, they make it seem like blocks because they showing it the 100 block of the street that the business is on. So it makes it look like I'm losing 3 blocks. I'm losing 3 businesses because there's only one business on each of those blocks that's right by each other. Right? Cool. And then at the end, it shows that they're adding like 8 splits to my route. Now, going off what they said, even if you said that it looks like I'm under by 30 minutes, where does 8 splits come in at? From another route. And I know those 8 splits is 2 hours on that route because I carry it. So now what you just did is gave me a 10-hour route. It's what you did. Right? I'm not going to take part in your game. You're not getting 10 on me. Right? So at 3:30 or whatever, about 3:20, I'll be back making my way back to the station. 3:15, 3:20, I'll be making my way back to the station after I done sent my text that I'm bringing mail back, right? Because I will not be playing that game the right way, again, because my knee's been bothering me. My knee has been bothering me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a carrier. Some of y'all probably got ankles, backs, knees, whatever the case is. That's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely talk about that. Especially if it's documented. And if it's not documented, seems like a good time to get it documented, right? Fill out your CA1s. If you got to get injured within the last 2 weeks, fill out your CA2s if it's a long-term injury. If you're a regular and you've been at the post office for at least like 2 or 3 years, probably closer to 5, but if you've been about 2 or 3 years, you know what I'm saying? You starting to develop arthritis from repetitive casing, right? You starting to have knee injuries or a knee problem, a back problem, or ankle problem. You can probably look that up, or not look that up, but you can probably put that on the post office. Post office is probably doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? All the wear and tear and the overtime that we're doing, right? Cool. Get that documented, right? By the time this come around for us, right? And they saying it's going to take place or going to go into effect in January for us, for my station. By the time January come, because I'm not playing no game in no snow, and it's a safety issue for me, right? My restriction will be back in effect, right? Because of my knee that I've been having problems with since I was a CCA, because I tore my meniscus at the post office. That's documented, right? I'll be doing my 8, and those 2 hours will be back on the floor, and they can figure out what they're going to do with them 2 hours. And everybody else who can't do that extra time that they put on there, that's in the allotted time, need to be putting it back on the floor in a way that they can't force you to do it. That's up to you, right? But do not intentionally delay mail or willfully delay mail, right? Do not make sure you don't be throwing away mail either. Right? Any questions about that, make sure to let me know. Y'all can find us here anytime. Right? Um, so that's how our rock consolidation thing is going. Coffee has some other questions, but Coffee, something's going on with Coffee internet because he ain't came back yet. What are you doing? Um, what the hell was I saying? It's some stuff going on. I'm about to tell y'all. Some of y'all gonna believe this. Some of y'all not gonna believe this. But I'm gonna say it anyway because it just happened. Hold on. And in regards to the post office, right? Hold on. And I definitely might have to get this interview with this person. Hold on. I just seen. Where'd it go? Hold on. Dang it. So a carrier has an issue. I don't know if it's necessarily out the blue. That just came up where she's at home, right? And if I'm not mistaken, she's been off. She's been off since. Hold on, Coffee back. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if it's stuff together. If you will, then I'll wait till I click his and then he hop in. I believe she's been off work since like 3:30 or 4. Right? But just a little while ago. Come on, Coffee. I don't want to hold the people up, man, but I don't want you to miss because I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to repeat this. Coffee, you have to miss it. Okay, so I'm under the impression this had just happened today, right? And I'm getting information as I'm doing this show, and people ask, why you not answering the phone? Why your stuff going to voicemail? I'm recording, right? I'm recording, so I don't know. Hold on, man, got you.
Man, look, man.
Around it.
Man, they heard that we was doing this podcast, this live. They ain't want to let your boy in, man. It was holding us back, bro.
Man, look, so I'm about to tell them the story, right? So I'm getting. I don't got pieces yet, right? I got like a couple things that happened, and I don't know why it happened because I'm recording this, and I don't got the time to take long phone calls because with the people that's involved, I know it's gonna be a long call because they're gonna be fast talking, aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. I'm trying. Right. So hold on. So this is the pieces I'm getting. What's going on?
I want to answer the guy D question.
Oh, D. Shout out D again.
What's
I talked to him
going on, D?
earlier. You go ahead and speak to him.
So what you need to put in is this, what is it, 1767, and the management needs to be able to give you to resolve that first short term and long term. So short term is yes, you can put that in. So at what point, when are you gonna fix the toilet? It can't. I mean, a toilet you can go buy that anywhere, anytime. So what about the toilet is broken? So it's taking time to get fixed. If they're not going to fix that toilet, I'm going to be reasonable in 72 hours. Then they should buy a new one. Now, one way you can't force their hand in buying a toilet is, hey, the only toilet I know I can go to that is clean is my house. Do you want to pay me, since you can't fix your toilet, do you want to pay me to go home? That's only fair. To me, that's only fair.
Okay. Okay. So Mike called me, right? We gonna get the bits and pieces. Um, Listen, the person that's involved, I know she'll get the yapping live, right? I can call her now. She gonna spit the whole thing, but she gonna say names, and I don't know what the situation actually is. And then she gonna be super loud. She gonna be talking real fast like Twister. And then I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all gonna catch it all, but I would take a call like that and get the information live. But
I hit me. Type me who this the person that you gonna call. So I know
huh?
who. Type the person into the chat and let me know who the person is in our chat, and then I can tell you.
Right? Hold on, she texting now.
Oh no, yeah, let her go. Let her go, bruh. Yeah, I think the American people want to hear this. I think they want to hear this, bruh. Hey guys, if we can get her on here, it's going to be explosive. She like the Cat Williams of the post office. I'm just letting y'all know before she get on here. She's definitely Cat Williams. Hey, LA, make sure you tell her she's gonna go live. Just for I ain't got to contact no lawyers when she said she didn't want to. She
She
wanted the world to know this. So make sure she knows she going live.
listen, yeah, just okay. Another side note, man. Have you ever seen the little bubbles on your phone, right? And somebody sending you a message,
Yes,
and those bubbles be there for like 5 minutes, and then when
yes,
the time they stop, somebody sent thank you.
yeah, damn. I
Anywho,
saw that.
so she been off work, from my understanding, since maybe like 3:30 or 4, as far as I know, p.m. today, right?
Correct.
So um, so I'm getting a call from Mike at what time Mike called me? At 8:09. That's far from 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Right? Unless I'm mistaken
Okay.
about something. Cool. He said, hey man, the closing supervisor called the police on the carrier. I said, call the
Okay.
police? Yeah. Call the
Talk
police.
to me. I gotta sit
Get
up.
the police to her house.
Hmm?
I'm like, ain't she been at home?
Oh,
What
yeah.
did I miss something? I'm trying to figure out. Since when you can attempt to send the police to somebody's home? For some I don't understand. I'm lost.
Hello.
So I need to figure out what's going on.
Hey man, look. Hold on. Did you text her already and ask if she cool on live or no?
No, because she was just texting me, asking me for some information. So I was texting her back the information because I don't know where her head is at right now. Right. So
I need Cat. This is the Cat Williams.
let me text and tell her. I'm gonna say, hey, we live recording on the podcast on YouTube. Do you want me to call you? But
And
we
and
live,
make you live.
so it's gonna be recorded.
No,
But I don't think it's a good idea. Listen,
I do. I definitely think it's a
for
good
her best
idea.
interest, because when you hot headed like that,
Oh,
and when
yeah,
you might
yeah,
be
yeah.
heated from a situation, you might say something, and we live. I can't edit
That's
nothing
true.
out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
might
That's
get
true.
yourself in a situation that I don't want you to be in.
That's true.
So we gonna have to get that information after the show, y'all. Which we don't got too much longer. Anyway, we might do like an hour 30. It's already an hour 9 already. And then maybe kind of talk about it in Sunday's show once we get the
Correct.
information. Or maybe we end up doing another live. Who knows? A short live or something like that. If you guys like the lives, just to give y'all the brief situation on what happened and what's gonna be done, right? Because again, people got to know Hampton Station, our station don't take stuff too lightly, man.
Man, y'all be out
We've
there.
moved in this year alone. We've moved 2 regular managers. We've moved 3 acting managers. We've moved 2 or 3 opening supervisors. and 3 closing supervisors in the same year.
Why y'all gotta act like that, man?
Not removed them from the post office, had them moved to other stations. To the
I'm
point
glad.
that we
I'm
almost got
glad
a
we don't have them
reputation that people
problems.
fear, for better, for worse. I'm not saying it's all good. For better, for worse, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to come to our station. Because
I'm
if
glad
you
we don't have
think
them
that
problems.
you finna try to take advantage of something or put paperwork on us, make sure, and it's to all management that might be listening now, make sure your ducks in a row. Because
Please
if
do.
not, you will have people like me on the floor paying attention to what you're doing or not doing. And certain types of paperwork will be put in. So make sure when you putting paperwork on people that you got yourself in a position where you can't get none. Because if you do, there's certain people at stations that know how to do paperwork properly, and you will get EEOs, sir or ma'am, or whatever your pronoun is. You will get paperwork, right? You ain't finna sit here and threaten everybody else's job and think yours not gonna be threatened.
I you know what? I will say this. I think one thing we have to do to get going in the right direction is let's just get back to the contract, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The contract got to be the one thing that you're able to hang your hat on. That's craft or management. Whatever the contract says you can and cannot do, that's what you should and only should be doing. It should be you creating discipline, you creating a problem. I believe you have to talk to your carriers with dignity and respect your carriers and your carriers. And I'll say craft employees you have to talk to with dignity and respect, and craft employees not to talk to management with dignity and respect. You're not going to get anywhere in life disrespecting or demeaning anybody. And I think the biggest problem that we have right now is that. And that's only going to be more and more contentious. It makes it a lot of, stressful situation. A lot of people have to be put in situations that need to be done and how they need to be done. So that would be my first thing I would say to anybody. What she say, bro? What she say? Oh Lord.
I might be
You gotta forward it to me.
closer.
You gotta forward it to me. It's hard to read. Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go.
Look, I be letting y'all read it. So can nobody be say I be throwing dirt, be making stuff up.
Wow.
This the type of stuff that happens in the post office. This is between a closing supervisor who's a 204B and a carrier. Right? If you didn't
Hey,
get that, just you got to wait to watch that back to pause that. Okay.
yeah.
I thought Coffee was
Hey,
gonna read it, but yeah.
hit me. Who is that 204B, bro?
Alex.
Just, bro, you ain't supposed to say the name. You're supposed to text it. I wanted you to text it out.
It's a lot of Alexes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just the first name. Alex.
I really like this right here. And
Look,
I'm gonna be
but
very
if
clear.
you're bold enough to do this type of things, then hey man. Not saying that he right or
No,
wrong. We wasn't there. We don't know. I don't know what the
bro.
extreme was that somebody would do that or on either side, right? But Alex, this is between Alex and the carrier.
Let me say this, bro. I'm gonna be very clear. I'm gonna be very blunt. I'm gonna send this out to you, Alex. You know me. You know how I get down. There's no way for me personally, for any other man out there, to have a rude, disrespectful conversation with any female co-worker at all. It must stop today. We all come from women. I'm not going to excuse that behavior that we believe that we can say something to a woman who's disrespectful. You wouldn't say that to your mama, then don't say it to another woman. If you won't say it to your wife, don't say it to another woman. No woman should be disrespected by any man, and no man should be disrespected by a woman. But let me tell you something. The buck stop here. As a man, you should be able to have the common sense to know arguing with a woman is not going to lead to anything other than you being pissed off. Ain't nothing else you can do when a woman get upset but to walk away, to ignore it. Your job as being in management is to be able to have a hostile situation and be able to calm it down. And if you cannot do that, then you're in the wrong position, period. No woman should have to take insults, be threatened. You calling the police, what was that going to do? You're a big enough man to talk smack, but then you run around and call the police. Are we serious? Don't, I'm tired of management thinking that, oh, I'll say this to somebody and they can't say nothing back to me. Last time I checked, everybody's grown who work at the United States Postal Service. They're not kids. And I thank God that is not my mother, that's not my auntie, that's not my wife, and that's not my daughter. Over here, we don't do disrespect. It's not tolerated. It's not tolerated at no time. Stop letting somebody push you around and make you get into your emotions and be a man. I'm not telling you don't have a right to have emotion, but I'm telling you as a man, you're supposed to be calculated with your words, with your thoughts. Because that's what little boys do. Little boys have tantrums. Little boys get frustrated because they can't outwit a woman in her words, and they start just popping off. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going. We was talking about this earlier. I'm not going to allow somebody to move me because they have words. And if I don't know how long he been in management, if he worked in management before this. I know he was in the military. Well, he should put his military training. Stop allowing somebody live in a 5-foot world. Control what you control. Control the controllables. But for management, that is not something that's tolerated. That's not something tolerated.
His situation is a two-sided thing.
Okay, hit me with it.
For anybody that wants to know, right? But not wants to know, it's something a little bit different, right? A lot of things management make personal, right? And to me, once you make something personal, it allows me to speak on it in a more open format to where I can start saying names because you made something personal, right? If a lot of stuff stayed business, then it would stay business and it would stay in the course of the business. Right. But because you made it personal, it's something I got to take to my household and I got to wear emotionally or mentally, you going to wear it outside the post office as well then, right? So in this situation, the reason why I showed the text, and I'm not going to say the whole name, right? But the reason why I can say the first name that puts me comfortable saying the first name is because you took it outside the post office. You called the police. You sent the police to somebody's house, man. You sent the police to somebody's house, man. For something what? Work related? From a woman? I'm trying to understand. So then a woman should just take your aggression because you just coming off aggressive or being maybe a little too loud. Maybe you a little bit overzealous at the time. Maybe you anxious or you coming off a certain type of way. Men can do that, right? Maybe use a certain type of tone or whatever the case is. Maybe you doing a back and forth, right? The carrier in question typically not finna go that type of level of back and forth with a man in an aggressive format. One of the first things she's gonna say, now she gonna start going, right? But once it gets to an aggressive level where you coming off and there's maybe cuss words and threatening, she gonna say, I'm not finna go back and forth with you as no man because I'm a woman. I can call my husband and you can go back and forth with him. And then the person say, oh, now I feel like you threatening me because you say you want to call your husband. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
Just let you talk to me all crazy and you a man? So I just got to accept it. No, talk to my husband like that. Right? That's my other half.
Correct.
You got something to say. If you say it to me like that, you can say it to him like that. Not saying that y'all got to throw hands and be face to face or whatever the case is, but it is, right? Military rules of engagement. typically, if you can, you would want to de-escalate the situation. First protocol is to de-escalate the situation.
Correct.
If you can. Second, management side, their job in a intense situation is to de-escalate the situation.
Always.
So him, that's what I'm saying, it's two-sided. Let's not act like you either don't have the training or don't have the knowledge, because you have two-sided knowledge of de-escalation, military and management. And if you don't have that, then you shouldn't be in management. And I don't know
Absolutely.
how good you was in the military. If you can't de-escalate, you can't de-escalate. Listen, the only thing I can't de-escalate in a situation like that is me and Angie. Right? I ain't gonna be able to do nothing if I just ignore, go in the man cave, play some games. Y'all know how it is. Yeah, you can't beat that. But outside of that, and even with that, at the age of 41, you don't go back and forth with no woman, man. You just don't go back and forth with no woman, man. If you see it get to a certain, we can debate, we can have a conversation. People know when a conversation is like no longer a conversation. I think any adult knows when a conversation is no longer a conversation. If you can't get a word in, if you not letting them get, that's not a conversation, man. That's verbal abuse at that point in time. Right? So I don't know how we got here, let alone exactly what was said. I do have part of what she texts, but she's also aggressive. Again, I'm not taking this for 100% of anything. I can't take nothing for 100% of anything, right? Just to say I'm not making up something. This is what she said in general is kind of happening. I don't know what the details of their conversation were to even get here, right? But Coffee being at home, and Coffee, your stuff muted on the screen. Are you talking?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it got there, right? But if Coffee's at home and has been at home for whatever amount of hours, even if Coffee call the station for whatever reason, or I have to call Coffee for whatever reason, he's been gone for hours. I don't know how we can get to any level in a conversation for one of us to call the police. Because at any point in time, one of us could just hang up. I don't even know what the conversation would entail that he's home. I'm still at work working. He's been home for a while. Coffee, did you take the arrow key? You got the vehicle keys, but I don't know what you could be doing that we could start a conversation, right, or at least start off at some type of conversation, right? I assume the conversation had to be started somewhere. Hey, Coffee, you know what I'm saying? So and so. You got the keys to this or keys to that, or you seen this, or did you know what I'm saying? I don't know. A conversation just has to be started where it can go from that to F you, F this, possible whatever threats or aggressive tones, to where when we get off the phone, somebody feel like they got to call the police on the other one, let alone send the police to somebody's house. What if I'm in a type of community or combine or something that I'm gonna look crazy to my neighbors, right? Possibly. For what? What's the police coming to my house for?
I know, right? For what?
Sent by a man or a woman that's across the town. I'm in here laid up with my girl, or your girl laid up with your husband, chilling with your kids. Police knock at your door, sent by somebody that's 50 miles away. Huh? I'm lost in that. Did she threaten to from some life injuring act or something? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how we got there, but we definitely got to have a conversation. I asked her when did all this happen. She haven't texted back yet, but we definitely gonna investigate, man. Welcome to the Postal Blue Podcast. Y'all know we gonna investigate. We gonna get this information. We gonna get to the bottom of this and see what's what.
Hey, we like bloodhounds out here for this information now. Bloodhounds for the information.
It's my weekend off. I'm probably gonna go in tomorrow. I didn't really plan to, but now I think I got to just for the information. They already asked me. I told them I didn't know anyway if I was gonna come in. So ain't nobody else on my, well, one person is on the overtime list in my color, but she on leave. So I guess they're taking volunteers. Right. This type of stuff right here.
Give me 1 second.
Right. Yep, is part of the disconnect that I be talking about between management and the floor. And again, when I speak in general, I don't want anyone to take it like I'm talking to every single person, not every single person in management, not every single supervisor, not every single manager, not every single CSIM or what y'all call them, maybe OIC. In some areas are super mismanaging or bad at their job or out to get you. Not every postmaster and not every district manager, right? Just like not every carrier is still in time. Not every carrier is throwing away mail. Not every carrier is a bad carrier. Not every carrier is just running over intentionally or willfully or intentionally delaying mail. Not every carrier is doing that. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak, I hope people remember that I'm speaking in general, right? In general, this is the disconnect between management and the floor. But two sides that has to work together to get the job done. Well, really, craft side can do it without management side, to be honest. Well, at least we could take majority of it more than management. But for this to be a two-sided thing and supposed to be teamwork, it keep being things like this that puts people on the other side of the fence.
Derail it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like every time I think we might, and I don't think that right now at all, that we should come together, somebody do something, typically on management side, it's like either harassment or harassing behavior, taking something way too far, threatening people's jobs that maybe in that case don't need to be threatened, or creating a hostile work environment or doing something discriminatory or something just extreme. And it'd be like, this is why it's hard for me to get craft to mess with y'all because of stuff like this.
Correct.
Right? The station got to remember you the minority in management, right? You might have 3 supervisors, 1 manager. If one of y'all come across or do something extreme to a carrier, let's just say a carrier, you got to remember that carrier probably has 1 cousin in there, 1 or 2 friends in there, maybe 4 close associates in there. And at any point in time, that one person, and I'm not saying that you got to walk on eggshells. I'm saying the extreme situation, the extreme stuff like this right here. If somebody that I found like just went out their way and called the police on Coffee, and me and Coffee in the same station, right? And I found out it was bogus. Dude can't talk to me. Dude, he or she can't talk to me. Now I'm feeling some type of way, and I feel like I gotta treat you some type of way because you did that to my brother. And I got another brother over here who gonna feel the same type of way. And we got at least 2 more friends in here, so that's 5 of us that's gonna feel some type of way. So now when they come at the end of the day, you got mail on the floor, packages on the floor, you ask for some help. I ain't got nothing for you. And my brother ain't got nothing for you, so don't ask him. And my 2 guys ain't got nothing for you, so don't ask them. That's 5 right there out of the 25 of us. And I can talk more into not messing with you because you just went to the extreme. How about you go deliver the mail or put scans on packages?
Right.
Go ahead, Coffee.
I'm gonna be very controlled with what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna let you take hold. Let me go get something to drink right quick. Hold on.
It should never be a situation where any carrier, female or male, should catch a threat from management. Shouldn't happen. It's a 0 policy. We don't do that here. It doesn't matter how frustrated you are. It don't matter how mad you are. It don't matter what's going on in the day. It doesn't matter if 10 people show up to work or everybody show up to work. It doesn't matter if you got mail on the floor and the carrier's not performing in the way that you believe that they should perform. Nobody should ever be threatened. Nobody should ever have to believe if something is going on, you had a problem, right? So I take safety so seriously because I know people don't go home to their family because of they either get killed in the line of duty, by somebody out here. They might get ran over by a car that's while they carrying mail. They might, whatever might happen. A dog attack them. Anything can happen, right? So I take safety very, very seriously. I take all threats seriously, no matter how small or minute that you might believe that it is when you say it or you don't say it or you think it or you tell somebody else. I take it very seriously. I'm not going to sit here and act like the coworker I'm talking about is very laid back. She is who she is. You got either you love her, you don't love her, but she is who she is. I'm not even going to say the 204B in question is laid back because he's not laid back. What I am going to say is nowhere in the world, and definitely not in my post office. And when I say my post office, I literally mean everywhere where the eagle is flying. Should anybody in management threaten any employee because they're upset with today's pressure? Should no craft employee be threatening management because you upset with today's pressure? The problem that we're not asking ourselves is why do we continue to accept a lack of incompetence from management? And that's nicely putting it. Because in the real world, when you threaten somebody, it got to happen. Something got to happen. I will be making sure.
And side note on just to add that to coffee, I'm gonna let him keep going. Is what's crazy? They play right back into the title. You know what I'm saying? Not standing as a unit. This is gonna be one of those moments. You're gonna have to squat. You have to squat up. It can't be tolerated.
I'm telling you right now. 9 a.m. It will not be a piece of mail delivered until she and him are standing in downtown post office. This is not what we do. This is not the message that we're going to send, that you think you can idly sit back either side and throw out threats and think that's okay. It's not okay if she did it. It's not okay if he do it. It's not okay if I do it or anybody else do it. You should never, ever, ever, zero policy, zero tolerance mean what it is. You shouldn't think it. You shouldn't say it. You shouldn't end the window. Oh, I might. That shouldn't happen. If you got a problem, call it EAP. You feeling like your pressure's rising? Call EAP. If you can't call that, then find you somewhere else to work. Don't say LA Style said that. Tell them I said that. Nobody should be threatening anybody. We got to stop that. And we got an integrity problem. That's what we have. We have an integrity problem on what is the truth and what's not the truth. And I'm just going to tell you, management, you lie a lot. If you in management and you don't lie, I'm going to tell you, I believe that's a lie. Because everybody lie on your side. You got to stop lying. You got to start telling the truth when the truth needs to be said. Because at this point in time, I'm sick and tired of this is like, we got to stop being mad and start mobilizing. Coming up with a way to move. A way to say, no, this is not right. I'm not, look, man, I'm not that person who gonna sit here and take anything laying down. It's just not my personality. But Jane Brown will be the call for me. Not at 8:30 with a message, and then again at 9 a.m. Sent the text message out just a second ago. This is unacceptable. Because anytime you threaten somebody, just because you said it with words don't mean that they're going to react in words. Anytime you disrespect somebody with your words, don't mean that they're going to turn around with their words and say something back. Don't allow a title to go to your head. That shouldn't happen no matter what.
Shout out Townsend in the chat. Her first comment right quick.
Go ahead, get it
Right. Right. And all management do is lie after they threaten you. They don't tell the whole story. The next comment is period. I don't care if they don't like let's say her. She talking about herself in the third person, looks like a little bit. Period. I don't care if they don't like my mouth. I've never threatened management. They can't stand my mouth. I know how to talk and piss you off. They take their position too far. They say yes.
Wow.
Management always lying and filling. And then she talk about filling out an EEO and taking it out of the station.
Meaning that she means she's gonna probably get her own lawyer to do it. I just the post office that I want to see, the post office that I want to be a part of, is two entities coming together, working for the American people. That's what I want. By the time I retire, I pray and hope that craft employees and management who come together will do a common job for the American people. It's not that hard. We all need each other. Craft employees need management. Management need craft employees. Because we're getting into a dangerous tipping point that we don't have to be at. We need to learn how to get along with each other no matter what. With dignity and respect. Dignity and respect. And if you can't give that person dignity and respect when the stakes are high, you definitely ain't gonna do it when the stakes are low. I need to know how dignified and respectful are you going to be when you're upset. I don't care about when you're having a good day, because we all gonna be respectful when we having a good day. It's in the moments where it's bad is when I need it. Nobody. Zero policy, zero tolerance, zero tolerance. And as a man, I hold you to a higher standard. If you're talking to somebody, it doesn't matter what they say. It's matter how you respond. I personally have a rule. I don't argue with women who I'm not intimate with. So guess what? I want to argue with my wife. I'm not going to argue with somebody else who might have a mouth that's uncontrollable. There's no need to. I don't have to. It's not that important to me. This is horrific. This is horrible. This is a sad day. I was having a good day. Remember I came on and said, no, I was having a good day. Everything was okay. My day is sad now, LA. It's another reminder that as far as we think we haven't came that far at all.
Now that's why we got to start taking the measures and getting them out. Getting them out. We gotta stop sparing. What they say back in the day? Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. D.
All right, we gotta stop sparing the rod and spoiling the child, y'all. Okay.
You saw that last comment?
Yep, I just saw it. We gotta stop sparing the rod and spoiling the child, y'all. Okay. Management, from the looks of it, management does not put paperwork on management. This is how we get to the point of calling them management, right? Um, and this is why I say this is part of the bigger the disconnect, right? There's lower management and then there's upper management, right? Lower management is your very early management positions, such as your supervisors and your station managers are actually lower management. It's not until you get, I'm not exactly sure what how your management start. I don't know if it starts at your OIC and CSIM or if it more probably starts at the actual postmaster and district manager or whatever the case is. But in station management is lower management, right? So that's the workforce. Let's say in the station, you have your carriers, you have your clerks, you have your custodian, you have your supervisors, and you have your manager. Your OIC or CSIM, along with your postmaster and district manager, technically shouldn't be on the side of a supervisor or a manager all the time. Y'all understand that? That's it, y'all don't,
Correct.
but y'all understand that? If
I
there's a
do. I
problem,
definitely
they're
do.
supposed to come in and fix the two sides. Hey, man, y'all gotta bring this thing back together because y'all still supposed to be a unit at the end of the day. They're not
Correct.
supposed to help cause a divide. They're supposed to come in and fix so we come back together, whether you got to mediate a situation or
Yes.
whatever the case is. This
Always.
goes into the point where it don't seem like management, upper management, even disciplines lower management for the things that they do. They almost like applaud them or encourage them to do it. This is why, from the craft side, we look at y'all like y'all management. We don't see y'all as a lower management. Oh, that's my supervisor, that's my manager, and then you just got the outside people. We look at y'all all on the same side because it looked like y'all all try to hide and take up for each other versus helping fix the situation.
Correct.
Y'all help with the divide. So it's like, that's why I said earlier, as soon as it looked like you on that side of the fence, this is why we keep on getting over here. Because what's been done, as much as y'all would try to say, oh, we're going to discipline, let's say Leonard, for his part in whatever argument with the supervisor. What y'all going to do to the supervisor? Is the manager going to do something to the supervisor? Is he going to get paperwork? Or is y'all going to say, no, that's what he should have did? Even though y'all just said it was a two-sided thing and nobody else was there to know who started what. This is why it's supposed to be a mediation between us. Y'all don't know who started what, but you would just assume, oh, supervisor, yeah, you did right. Called him. How you know he did right? How you know he or she did right? You don't know that. Right? Cool. We can call the police. You don't get no discipline. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I know where we stand. So when I don't assist you, when I look for your flaws, when I look for he or she flaws, when I see y'all doing shady things and I start taking my notes to put in my paperwork, don't say no, oh man, it ain't got to be like that. Because you're right. It didn't have to be like that. You get what I'm saying? Now it does. Now it does. Before I forget, hey man, shout out Helium Mobile one more time. You know what I'm saying? Get your $20 phone plans today and earn crypto just for having the plan, unlimited everything. If you didn't know, it runs on T-Mobile and it runs on its own network, Helium Mobile, which is currently still in the process of being built. Right? $20 phone plans. You can get group phone plans with $20 for each line. You bring your own phones. Use code VFQTQ1W, or you can use the links in the description to get your phone plan and lock your $20 in, and it'll always be $20 for you. Just for FYI, for those of you who don't know about Helium Mobile, last year, when they wasn't known, they had $5 plans. $5 plan. So even now, when they went up to 20 at the beginning of this year or towards the beginning of this year, everyone who still has a $5 plan is grandfathered into the $5 unlimited plan. So right now you need to get your 20 because as the network grows, I'm under the impression that it might go up again in price, but you'll be grandfathered into the 20. Only thing you gotta do is have a phone and you earn about $20, $30 of cryptocurrency a month. So the cryptocurrency can actually pay your phone bill, or you can pay your phone bill and save the cryptocurrency. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Helium Mobile, shout out Helium Mobile, man. We appreciate y'all. We got
Yes,
those commercials coming
sir.
soon, man. If you have kids and want a phone line for them, you got some extra phones, or just buy cheap phone online. Get you a couple accounts. If you want to get something for an elderly parent, a parent, if you want to get something, just if you want to be a cord cutter, maybe AT&T tripping, maybe T-Mobile tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting a little bit
Yep.
there on their name for the sake of Helium Mobile. You know what I'm saying? Maybe whoever it is tripping. Boost Mobile charging 50 nowadays, I hear. You know what I'm saying? So y'all might as well go get the 20 from Helium before it goes up, right?
Yep.
Get grandfathered in. Or if you have a business, for those of you who got in-home businesses, you want to be an entrepreneur, get a different line. Instead of getting a different line with your phone company, pay the 20. Get you another little phone. You could do an eSIM or you could do a physical SIM. eSIM, you get your stuff up and working. Just download the app, it'll install it, get it ready working today or that day, same day, or you can wait for a physical SIM in about a week. Okay, shout out Helium Mobile. We appreciate y'all out there.
Man, appreciate you to death, Helium. Get that. Hey, bro, you can't. This a phone for when you got that kid that you know what I'm saying keep losing his phone. Hey, this a plan right here. You can definitely deal with. I I know some of y'all got them Obama phone thrown in the drawer, man. Pull them out. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and see if Helium Mobile can help you out a little bit right here. Christmas coming up. Great Christmas present for somebody. The kid always asks you for a phone. There you go. You got an O and throw it in the drawer. Helium Mobile. That
Good
code
God.
BFQTQ1W. We appreciate it. Also, make sure if you know what I'm saying, you listening right now, make sure or after this is wrap, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like it also. We definitely appreciate that.
And again, make sure y'all standing up for one another, man. You know what I'm saying? If somebody doing
Yes,
something that you
sir.
know for a fact is shady, or somebody talking to somebody crazy, hey man, I saw that, man. Oh man, you might. Nah, I ain't minding nothing. Matter of fact, paper, statement, paper.
Yep.
That right there will put
See
that
something,
person on
say
notice
something.
that they can't keep up that behavior without somebody, they people having backup,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You don't necessarily have to put your name on paper, but as long as y'all is showing that you willing to do that, they'll stop it. And if they not willing to stop it, then they show that they don't respect you neither, and they'll do it to you too. So now I gotta put my
Correct.
name on paper, and we gotta put your name on paper, because we gotta start making a paper trail to get you up out of here, and we will get you up out of
Correct.
here.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And if you don't know, again, we'll talk about that in the future. I think we talked about EO
Did you
shortly before, but go ahead, Coffee.
did you ask D where he was from?
Mm-mm. So
Uh,
I was already
yeah.
going in. Pause.
Okay. D, where you from, man? Where you listening from? Keep going. I just wanted to ask the question where he was from.
Um, yeah, man. Again, not standing up as a unit. You gotta stand up as a unit.
You
That's
got
gonna
to.
be that's the first level of your fight is at your station. Before we get to a
Absolutely.
district level, your station gotta be on one accord on how we gonna move and what we gonna do. Now, are we gonna
Correct.
get every single one of us on the one accord? No. We should be able to, though, if we being violated across the board. Because if they violate the rules or regulations, and for one, then they violated yours as well already.
Absolutely.
If we under the same contract, you know what I'm saying? That's why typically most grievances would go across the board. If you look at how they move when they mismanage, the grievance go across the board, right? If Leonard comes in on his off day and the overtime vow is not max, it's a grievance across the board. It's not for one person. They didn't break the it wasn't a violation for this person, and maybe that is a violation across the board. It shouldn't have happened, right? A non-vow got forced, overtime vows and stuff was max violation across the board. And if they're willing to do that, and again, I'm not talking about little things, but if they're willing to, you see them violate somebody, you gotta say something, or you gotta be willing to say something. That's all that is, man. And again, it starts at the station level. And if we can get the stations in-house on one accord, then we can get the district or your district on one accord easier. Coffee like he having difficulties over there. Technical difficulties. With that, we is finna almost wrap this up. It's been an hour 49 minutes. We appreciate y'all. Again, just chatting.
Definitely
Things
happening.
came up out the blue. This typically happens something like every day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do miss a lot. That's why we try to save it for a Sunday. And Sunday is going to really be how our week has been going conversation. Outside of us having particular conversations about certain things when it needs to happen. So that recording will always be logged in. When somebody got something coming up, you'll just be able to go to the channel, type in search. Hey, what's the EEO? Hey, what's the route adjustment? Hey, what's the, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to find it on the channel. We try to name them after whatever that topic is, so y'all can find them easier. Right? Statements, different types of paperwork, 1767s, 3996s, proper etiquette. Typically when we have some of those topics, we go into detail on what something's used for, how it's used, how management will probably use it against you, how you can defend yourself against whatever it is, or things like that. And then we'll always backtrack a little bit in our conversations that's relevant every Sunday as well. Make sure y'all check us out on Mondays. They typically release on Mondays. All right, go ahead, Coffee.
Yes, sir. No, I was just saying, make sure y'all check us out. Make sure y'all support us. We appreciate it. The support is good. We gotta not only just support us when we podcasting, but support your casemate right next to you. Let management know that they can't just come say something that's out of the box to one of your coworkers, and they're gonna y'all gonna let that fly. So that's definitely something that you got to do. Say something. If you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. If they start talking grease, like no. That behavior not tolerated here in the United States Postal Service. They probably gonna say, "Well, I'm not talking to you, hey. If you're talking to her, you're talking to him, you're talking to me." And what you're gonna see then is they're gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna take you in the office, or I'm gonna go with her, unless you got a steward with her or with him." So make sure y'all say something. Make sure y'all stand up, man. We appreciate you guys. We look forward to, I got off a 12-hour shift, guys. I was running on E. But once I get here to talk to my brothers and my sisters, and trying to mobilize us, trying to get information out so we can do better, I'm energized again. But this is like food to my soul, because I understand that the old timers and the veterans, left us a great job and a great organization, and it's our job to make it better. It's our job to make this organization grow. It's not going to always be easy, but hey, Rome wasn't built overnight, and we're not going to make the post office great overnight, but every night do count. You know what I'm saying? We got to continue to push. We got to continue to demand better. We got to continue to ask our leaders, hey, look, we're not taking anything. We're not taking anything. We're demanding what we need and what we want. And, that's just got to be what we do. I appreciate my partner LA dealing with my technical difficulties, and we're going to get that straight now. But it's been a great time. Also, man, make sure, Helium Mobile. Make sure you go over there and check that out. Make sure you take a look about it. Tell your family, your friends, your cousin, your grandmother, your nana, your Gigi, whatever you call it. Make sure you let her know about that plan. Go ahead and get that code VFQTQ1W. Make sure you do that. We definitely appreciate it, and our partners will appreciate it as well. Just been another Postal Brew podcast. This is your boy right now, Black Knight /Coffee, and hey man, work safe, be safe. You know what I'm saying? Stand up for yourself.
And I'm your
And
boy LA
others.
Styles. Oh, go ahead.
I'm done. You go ahead.
I'm your boy LA Styles, aka the LA Styles, formerly known as Stereo Styles. You know what I'm saying? The horns will come back. I'm hoping that the post office don't bring them back, but it look like I need a blue set of horns.
Oh Lord.
Sometimes, because when we get to certain level of things, names got to be said. Names got to be said, because again, it seems like they like to hide behind the fact that nobody knows who they are, let alone what they're doing. Right? Do you know how crazy your manager would look when they walking around the station, or they outside in public, and people know that that's the manager of that station that keep having my carrier roll back mail and not deliver my medicine and not deliver my checks and this, that, and the other, so on, so on. I know you. My carrier told me about you. I know who you are. I went up there, because I approached you about it and you talk crazy. Now, when you got a whole zip code or half a zip code or a quarter zip code that know your manager face as the person for what they do is different. It's different when you know the person instead of, man, it's probably, man, your carrier probably just not delivering all your mail. I talk to him, you know what I'm saying? I pull him in the office, do an investigative. That's what they be telling your customers. Knowing that they put a stop the clock scan on the package. That they did that. You know what I'm saying? Not you. But they ain't gonna say, hey man, it got late last night. I found this package on so-and-so, so-and-so. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had to put a stop the clock scan on it, explain what that is if you need to explain. You're not gonna do that. They're gonna put it on you. I talked to the carrier, maybe they left it behind, maybe misdelivered it or something, so-and-so, so-and-so. We'll talk about it. That's what they do, man. Again, not all of them, just talking in general. That's it, man. Again, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all stand up as a unit. Make sure you go check out Helium Mobile. There will be
Right.
a link in the description. Just go check them out. Also, if you want to take part in building Helium Mobile, right? There's also, I ain't gonna say better, but a higher opportunity where you can buy a Helium hotspot indoor and a Helium hotspot outdoor, right? And what that does is allow people that's in the area to connect their mobile phone, the Helium, if they have a Helium phone, to your hotspot, indoor or outdoor. And then you also, that device also earns mobile tokens, which is mobile is the crypto tokens of the Helium network or on the Helium network, right? So you can do that as well. I think the indoor hotspots are like $250, the outdoor hotspots are $500. I think there was a sale where they were just like 33% off not too long ago, but I don't think they have it anymore. They got something going on for the fall right now though. Something going on right now for the fall. But again, you can get the indoor hotspot or the outdoor hotspot. Help build the network. Become an ambassador. Help build the network. I have an indoor hotspot. I actually have 2 indoor hotspots. I have one by my mom's house that stays next to the apartment unit. So a lot of people that has a Helium network, Helium mobile phone, connect to her hotspot, earns money monthly,
Right.
right? You if you know your people that owns a couple businesses, you get a couple indoors, take it to, hey man, got this hotspot. Can I connect it to your internet? It just sits right there. Your internet don't change. It just gonna give you like a dual wireless thing where it's gonna show Helium hotspot along with whatever your wireless network is that's in the building, right? And for anybody that comes in with a Helium phone, if they Wi-Fi on, it automatically connects them to the Helium mobile hotspot. And then whatever I earn in a month, I give you half. I just gave y'all the whole play right there. I give you half, and then just buy like 2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5. Just go to businesses. Hey man, your brother, your auntie spot, your cousin spots. You know somebody that stay in an apartment complex? Take it to their spot. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I give you half on whatever I get. You might turn around and be making like
Correct.
just passive income, a couple $100 a month, just for putting them up there. And I'm give you $100. In about 6 months, you be done paid your devices off, and everything after that is profit. Now you just started a little business,
Correct.
right? In crypto tokens, or get you some the outdoor ones have a way wider range though. So that's why I got to get some outdoors. I got a couple indoors, but I got to get some outdoors too. With that, again, make sure you go to the site and check them out. Helium Mobile, right? Also
Yes,
go to
sir.
hellohelium.com. We appreciate y'all. Stand up. Make sure you be safe. Keep your head on the swivel out there. People drive crazy. People are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Protect your brothers and sisters in blue. This is Postal Blue. Whether you in the stations or distribution, watch out for each other. Look out for each other.
Yes.
Fun. Life is short. Don't let them stress you out. Don't let them possibly put you in a headspace that you want to quit your job because they can't control themselves. Paperwork is key. Post office, quote unquote, was built on the backs of as far as the blueprint off the military. Anybody in here or around here been part of the military, you know how important paperwork is. Okay? You know how
Yes,
important.
sir.
If your knee hurting and you ain't went to sick call, you running today. If you ain't got no paperwork that say that you can't run, you running today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can show them, but look at my knee. Hey man, you should have went at sick call. Sick call was at 5 a.m. They did a sick call at 5 a.m. If you wasn't going, then you wasn't hurting that bad then. You finna be running today, you go to sick call in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I say paperwork is key. The same difference, right?
Paperwork, paperwork,
Is here.
paperwork.
Put paperwork on them. If you don't know what you can do, learn what you can do. That's what we here for. Ask questions, get answers. We can show you links. We can send you links. We can show you screenshots, show you where to go, or send you where you should go to look for certain things. Because if you might feel like you're not getting properly represented, get the knowledge yourself. We have to stop. That we beyond the time that we could just count on a few people to have the knowledge, or to have some of the knowledge, right? So we got to get the knowledge in general. In general, if coffee knows everything, but coffee is on vacation? How does that help us while coffee on vacation? But we trust the coffee to have the information. But what good is it gonna do us if coffee not there?
It don't.
What if coffee writes to another station? Then what? You know what I'm saying? What if coffee quits? What if he retires? What we gotta be way more of us with the information to do better, right? You knew better, you do better. We gotta do better. We got to be more informed, and that's the greatest weapon that we can have, is being informed. With that, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. That's your boy Black Knight, also known as Coffee. I'm your boy LA Styles, aka the LA Styles. Shout out Helium Mobile. Y'all make sure to go check them out in the description. Go to the website. Check it out. Be safe. Be safe. We appreciate y'all, man. We out.